What's up everybody, welcome back to a new episode of BH Brewing. As you can see, I got a fresh trim and we got a new beer to try. This is day 15, and on day 15 we have Pino, Vienna Style Lager from the Virgen brewery in Spain. This is meant to be a piney version of a Vienna Style Lager, so I'm very much looking forward to trying this one. Here we have it then. This is the Pino Vienna Lager from Virgen brewery from Spain. First of all, let's look at the carbonation on it. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of head. It's been a running theme as of late, as you know. Head kind of poured out, dissipated quite quickly. Within roughly about a minute, it was pretty much gone down to what we have now. In terms of its colour, it's kind of quite a nice dark amber colour. Very, very nice in colour, in fact, to look at. That's a beautiful looking beer. Hazy, slightly on the hazy side, I'd say. You can't really see through it. If I put my hand at the other side of the glass, yeah, you can't really see a whole lot there. So it's hazy, but it's not fully hazy. Okay, let's go in with the aroma and see what we can get. It's a weird one because for a beer that's meant to be, well, its name is, you know, Pino or Pino, or, you know, pine in other words, there's not a whole lot of pine there I detect on the aroma. What I do get is the malt comes through quite strongly. It's kind of a strongish bready kind of malt smell, a bit of kind of biscuit in there as well. In fact, I probably get a bit more biscuit than I do the bread, to be honest. But it's a kind of bready, biscuity kind of aroma to it. There's not a whole lot else. I can't really smell any hops on there. Certainly don't get any of that pininess coming through, which you would kind of expect, you know, to have that, given the fact that you've named it Pino. I know I keep going on the ways every time I do a review. Put what it says on the bottom of on the outside of the bottle into the beer, and I'll be happy. This currently hasn't done that, but we've not tasted it yet. Taste might be a completely different story. Anyway, let's get to that and let's have a taste. Yeah, the pininess is definitely not there for me. This is definitely quite a malty beer, and I don't mind that. In fact, it's quite a nice malty flavour to it. Again, you get hit with those kind of bready notes, a bit more caramel on the edge there, a bit sweeter than I was anticipating from the aroma. But yeah, generally kind of a bready, biscuity, little bit of caramel notes is what mainly come through on this. That pine is not there at all. Yes, it's a little bit bitter, but overall it's kind of a well-balanced beer in terms of its malts to hops, in terms of that kind of bitterness to sweetness ratio. It's not so bitter, it's not horribly bitter, and it's not, you know, overly sweet or bready with the malt. It's kind of in between. But what you don't get, even though I just said that, is you don't get that kind of bitterness from the hops. You don't get that pine flavour that you're meant to on this. I don't taste that at all. It's, for me, solidly what I get through that is that malt backbone comes through strong. And I like the malt backbone, it's very, very nice. But it's not what's advertised. Let's have another swig. Yeah, for me, I can't taste anything else apart from that bready, caramelly, a little bit grainy kind of malt. That's what comes through. I don't get any pine with this at all. Sorry guys. In terms of its finish is quite short on this. It drops away quite quickly. Mouthfeel is kind of I'd say a medium to light mouthfeel. probably right slap bang in the middle, I'd say. I can't say it's one way or the other. You kind of get that initial medium feel with the malt, but then because it's so short, it kind of goes, and the mouthfeel kind of leaves you feeling a bit like in the middle, really. I go back to the finish again. It's kind of dry-ish. I think again because it's so short, it is a dry kind of finish to it. But it's another okay beer. You know, it's a Vienna Lager. It's not, you know, meant to be mental. It's a Vienna Style Lager, and as a Vienna Style Lager, it's very, very nice. I really like the kind of malt flavours that come through to it. It's a nice kind of complexion of those malt flavours, but again, it's not what it's advertised as. It's not a piney beer for me at all, but it's still a very nice beer. So if I'm going to rate this, I'll probably rate this around the 60. Let's go 66, 67 with this one for me. Simply because the malty note on it is very nice, and it's got that lovely kind of bready, grainy caramel flavour to it, and that's what I really like. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 67 to a 66. Just please, beer makers, put what you put on the glass, on the bottle, sorry, into the beer. That's all I ask. Don't ask a lot. That's all I ask. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button down there. And if you want to see more content like this, me tasting beers, me brewing beers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Cheers.